Vanakkam students. Let we continue with the same unit 12, periodic classification of elements. In the last video what we have seen, that is the arrangements of periodic classification of elements in the early stage. So first Dauberreiner, he proposed one theory called law of triads, and John Newlands, he also proposed one theory, law of octaves, and Mendeleev periodic table, and he also arranged the elements in physical and chemical properties. From his arrangements only we have to make the modern periodic table. So in this video what we are going to see, the modern periodic table. From this modern periodic table we are going to see the features, classifications of elements into blocks, then advantages of a modern periodic table, etc. So let we see the objectives. So objectives of this video: modern periodic table, modern periodic law, features of modern periodic law, classifications of elements into blocks, advantages of the modern periodic table. So let we see the modern periodic table. Modern periodic table. So we have seen law of triads, law of octaves, and Mendeleev periodic table. But in the modern periodic table, who classified the elements in the arranged or modern or well arranged manner is Henry Moseley. So in 1913, English physicist Henry Moseley, but how he proved the arrangements of elements through the X-ray diffraction experiments. So through his X-ray diffraction experiments, he proved that elements are arranged in the atomic number. So we have seen the atomic masses. We have seen the arrangements of elements according to their atomic masses or atomic weight. But he started to prove that elements are arranged in atomic number. So the properties of elements depends on the atomic number, so not the atomic mass. So he proved how he has to prove. See, in modern periodic table was prepared or arranged elements in the increasing order of their atomic number. So if you are seeing the modern periodic table, the elements are arranged, but if you are seeing the atomic number, it is in the increasing order. So till now we are using the modern periodic table. The periodic table, the elements are arranged in only the atomic number, not the atomic mass. This modern periodic table is where we have to get from that extract, means starting or original form, that is Mendeleev periodic table. He only described the elements into groups and periods, and he only told that elements are arranged in the physical and chemical properties. So from his structure only Moseley has derived or proved the elements are arranged in the atomic number, not in atomic mass. Modern periodic law. So from this law what we are going to learn, atomic number. We are telling no, the elements are arranged in atomic number. So first we have to know about what is atomic number. So atomic number of an element is nothing but you are well known about that. That is number of protons or number of electrons. So either one you have to take, that is the atomic number. You know atom contains the charged particles, protons, electrons, and the neutral charged particles is neutron. So from atom the center nucleus is there, the protons and the nucleus in the center of the core, and electrons are revolve around the atom. So this one we well known about that. So atom, how we have to derive or know the atomic number, that is how much number of protons or how much number of electrons if it is in the atom, that is the atomic number of an element. And what is the second thing? The physical and chemical properties of elements depend not only on the number of protons but also on the number of electrons and their arrangements in atoms. So we have seen in Mendeleev periodic table, elements have some physical and chemical properties. But these properties not only depend on the number of protons but also the number of electrons and their arrangements in atoms. So the arrangements of electrons and the number of protons only describe the physical and chemical properties of elements. So what is the definition of modern periodic law? The chemical and physical properties of elements are periodic functions of their atomic numbers. But in Mendeleev periodic table, the same definition only, but he has mentioned atomic masses, but here atomic number. So here we have to mention atomic number. So what is the definition? Chemical and physical properties of elements are periodic functions of their atomic number. So let me see the features of modern periodic table. So we have seen now that Mendeleev periodic table, lot of features are there and also limitations also there. So that only Mendeleev periodic table is failed. But in modern periodic table, features and advantages are there. So what are the features of modern periodic table? First one, we well known about that, increasing elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic number. So that is the first feature. Second one, horizontal rows are called periods and that period contains seven periods in the periodic table. And the elements are placed in groups based on number of shells in their atoms. So in atoms, how many shells are there? That is, in that elements are placed in periods. And vertical columns in the periodic table from top to bottom is called groups. So horizontal rows periods, vertical columns groups. So how many groups are in their periodic table? That is 18 groups. Based on physical and chemical properties, elements are grouped into various families. So we know that 118 elements are there. So we have to group that 118 elements into various families. So let me see what are the various families and how we have to arrange that group of elements in a modern periodic table. Periodic table of the elements. See, let me see how the elements are arranged in the periodic table. So we know the features of modern periodic table. Horizontal rows are called periods. So rows, how many rows are there? 7. So we called it as 7 periods. And the groups, if you are seeing 18 groups. So groups means vertical columns. So you have 18 vertical columns are there. So we called it as groups. And we have seen that based on the physical and chemical properties, elements are arranged in various families. So what are the families are there? In the first group, the families elements are called alkali metals. Second group families are called alkaline earth metals. So 3 to 12 transition metals, 13 boron family, 14 carbon family, 15 nitrogen family, 16 oxygen or chalcogen, 17 halogens and 18 noble gases. So groups and families they have mentioned here, but you have to find out in which group. If you are seeing the hydrogen, the first element is the hydrogen. So if you are seeing the hydrogen in the topmost 1A like that is there, no? The 1 is the first group. So first group is alkali. Then you go for second vertical column, that is beryllium. If you see the topmost, that is 2. So like that, if you are seeing each and every vertical columns, the topmost the group name is mentioned. So from that group name you have to know about the family names of the particular elements. Classification of elements into blocks. So we have seen the elements are arranged in the periodic table, but that elements also classified into various blocks. So how they have to classify? See, the electrons, we know that the electrons are distributed around the nucleus. So that cells, that subshells we designated as blocks. See, we have named each and every, see, 4 blocks we are named: S, P, D and F. So the elements of the periodic table are classified into 4 blocks: S, P, D and F. Let me discuss which are the elements are blocked as S and which are the elements are blocked as P, D and F. See, I have given a periodic classification of elements in the blocked elements. If you are seeing S block, D block, P block and F block. S block means alkali and alkaline earth metals. So in the last slide we have seen the group families. So S block, alkali and alkaline earth metals. D block, transition metals. P block, non-metals, halogens, inert gases, metalloids. So these are all the elements included in P block. And F block is lanthanide and actinide. So that is the classification of elements into blocks. So first, S block elements. So what is the features arranged, or what are the properties in S block? So we already discussed alkaline metals and alkaline earth metals are included in the S block elements. So we called it as representative elements. So first 2 group elements we called it as an representative elements. Elements of group 1 except hydrogen and group 2 are metals. So group 1 and 2 except hydrogen, because hydrogen is a non-metal. So group 1 and 2 are metals. And these elements are react with water to form solution. So that change the color of the vegetable dye from red to blue. So these solution are highly alkaline or basic. So these 2 group elements are highly basic. So we called it as alkali metals. And group 2 elements combined with oxygen. So group 1 element is combined with water and group 2 elements are combined with oxygen to form oxides. So we called it as an earth. So second group elements is called alkaline earth metals. So if you are seeing that picture, first group elements are alkali metals, second group elements are alkaline earth metals. So these 2 group elements is a S block elements. P block elements. See, from these P block elements are grouped in 13 to 18. So 13 to 18, that means non-metals, metalloids, halogens and inert gases. So these elements are P block elements. So boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine families except helium, they are called as representative elements. And the only block contains all the 3 types of metals, non-metals and metalloids. Yes. So in these P block elements contains metals, non-metals and metalloids are there. And if you are seeing that diagram, P block elements 13 to 18 group 17 is halogens, group 18 is noble gases. And that color they are mentioned in that P block elements, which are the elements are metals and which are the elements are non-metals and metalloids. So if you are seeing metals, so aluminium, gallium, tin, zinc, so these are all the elements are metals. Metalloids, the green shaded elements are metalloids. Non-metals, the pink color shaded elements, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, then phosphorus, sulfur. So these are all the elements are non-metals. So metals, non-metals, metalloids are the three types of elements are contains in the P block elements. D block elements. So if you are seeing that here D block elements, group 3 to 12. So group 3 to 12 elements in the periodic table, we called it as an D block elements. See, these 3 to 12 group of elements, we called it as transition elements. So these transition elements is the intermediate of S and P block. So first two group of elements are S block and the last set of elements are called P block. So in between the intermediate set of elements, we called it as a D block elements or transition elements. So if you are seeing the D block transition elements, the 3 to 12. So most of the elements are heavily so high atomic number based elements. So that is the D block elements. F block elements. So F block elements, it includes the lanthanides and actinides. That means the set of elements are placed at the bottom of the periodic table. That elements are inner transition elements. So transition elements from 3 to 12 are D block elements. So from the D block elements, the inner transition elements are there. So that inner transition we have to place separately at the bottom of the periodic table. So that is F block elements. If you are seeing the F block, it is separately placed in the periodic table. Advantages of the modern periodic table. See, first advantage, the table is based on a more fundamental properties, that is atomic number. So table is based on the property of atomic number, and this modern periodic table correlates the element's position with its electronic configuration clearly. So it explains the position of elements in its electronic configuration. So third advantage is, in period atomic number is increases, so that energy cells are gradually filled until the inert gas configuration is reached. We know that inert gas, all that cells are completely filled. So in the group or period, the atomic number is increases, the energy cells are gradually little by little filled until an inert gas configuration is reached. And the fourth one, it is easy to remember and reproduce. So it is easy to remember how we have to arrange and which position that elements is placed. So we have to easy to remember. And each group is an independent group. We know that each and every group is an independent group. And see that group, from the group families itself, we have to know what type of elements are present in the particular group. So one position for all isotopes and element is justified. So isotopes have same atomic number, we know that. So position for all isotopes of an element is justified in modern periodic table. The advantages of the modern periodic table, the position of the 8th group is also justified in this table. So all the transition elements and middle of the properties of transition elements are intermediate between left portion and right portion elements in the periodic table. So if you are seeing that periodic table, left and right portions of that properties of transition have been brought as the transition elements. And next property, the table completely separates metals from non-metals. So if you are seeing in the modern periodic table that metals can be completely separated from non-metals, and the non-metals are present in the upper right corner of the periodic table. We know that non-metals are present in that right side or the topmost corner of the periodic table. The position of some elements which is misfit in the Mendeleev periodic table, but it is fitted in the modern periodic table. It is based on atomic number of the elements. So using atomic number of the elements only, that modern periodic table elements should be arranged. So some elements which is unfit in the Mendeleev periodic table because Mendeleev arranged the elements according to their atomic masses. So that elements are justified in the modern periodic table. And finally, the last advantages is placing lanthanide and actinide is placed at the bottom of the periodic table. So if you are seeing that modern periodic table, the lanthanide and actinide are separately placed in the bottom of the periodic table, but it is the transition element, inner transition element, but we have to separate in the bottom of the periodic table. So these are all the advantages of modern periodic table. So from this video, so what we have discussed, fully we have discussed the modern periodic table. So how the modern periodic table arranged, how many blocks of elements are there, so what are the advantages of modern periodic table, features of modern periodic table. Till now we are following the modern periodic table. So students, see the videos at least 2 or 3 times, then only you have to understand these modern periodic table, because these elements, these modern periodic table is applied in that higher studies. So it is very useful to you. So please see the videos at least 2-3 times. And let me see the questions. Define modern periodic law. What are the groups and periods in the periodic table? State any 5 features of modern periodic table. Thank you.